in. So it should be going in. Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back for another Daily Forex Analysis for today on Friday. Bear with a second. Okay. Hey, what's up, guys? Hello, everyone. Whoever is, quite a few people waiting already, looking. So I hope you guys all are very well. So we are on Friday today, so last day of the trading week. So let me set. Oops, that's the wrong one. I need to bring up my pen. How are you guys doing? Say hello. Don't be shy. Okay, right, got the pen up. Oops, I put the trading view as well. I had to restart my laptop for some reason. It froze on me, so I have to do everything all over again. Alright, let's go to. So yeah, I pre-selected the currencies as I usually do. So this, in this case, the three currencies: British pounds, USD, USD Japanese yen, and USD Canada. So I did analyze the cable and use the Japanese yen yesterday, I believe. But today I pre-selected on the third one. It's a Usdcad because there's still some opportunities on that. So let's go to Gbpusd, switch to Forex. Okay. Now we don't need weekly. Yeah, there might be some opportunities on swing trades. Okay. So, let me just plug this one as well. My battery is starting to die as well. I don't want to cut it off in the middle. Okay, guys. So I hope you're doing well. So no one is saying hello yet. Yeah, if you're new to the channel, or what I normally do, I pre-select three currency pairs just randomly before. I did analyze about two hours before, so I've seen some potential setups on them on this particular currency pairs, especially Gbpusd and also USD Japanese yen. They do look for the potential to set up for the trade. So I pre-select the three currency pairs, and then I'll let you to decide what currencies to analyze after that. So we do have 1.5 hour session. I do this live Forex analysis Monday to Friday, 5 days a week at 8 AM UK time, and then we do have 1.5 hours on each session. So 1.5 hours is a pretty decent amount of time to analyze. I generally end up analyzing about 8 to 12 currencies, depending how active we are in the chart. So in the chart in here, generally Fridays not as active, so I've got these three. I might give it a pick, like a few currencies which I just randomly pre-select. If I see anything, then I will mention all the levels, such as entries, exits, and the stop losses I mentioned in here. So there's nothing sort of halfway in or anything like that. So I'm gonna do a full analysis and mention all the levels which what potential I'm looking for to take the trade at this level, take the stop loss at this level, and the take profit at this level. So I'm going to be mentioning all in here, and that's everything is for free. And one thing I would ask is just to smash the like on this video. So everything is for free, but the one request would be to smash the like on this video. Okay, so I'm going to jump into start analyzing the cable, so British pounds USD, and then I'm going to continue and come back to the chart box. So if I see any questions or inquiries, just let me know in the chat box, and I will be coming back to the chat box. I got my Lani assistant Emily today, and as always, every Monday to Friday, she's helping me out on your requests and inquiries, anything there, to make sure that I don't miss any of them. And it was her birthday yesterday as well, but we still did this daily Forex analysis. Okay, so I'm going to jump into the Gbpusd and see what we have in here. Okay, let's go have a look. What I normally do what I usually do is I do a top-down approach using multiple time frame analysis. So I do higher time frames and drill down to the shorter time frames. This one called the Daily Forex Analysis. But if I see any semi-swing or swing trading potentials, I will be mentioning in this Daily Forex Analysis. So it's not only day trades, it's also semi-swing to the swing trades, depending when I see the potential for the possibility. So if you want me to analyze any other currency, just let me know in the chat box on your right hand side, and then I'll be coming back and address your requests. Okay, so starting with Gbpusd from the daily time frame, we can see that we have this nice up sort of trend, and now yesterday we put this nice daily candle, nice bearish candle. So it puts without much of a tails, it has only tiny tails. That shows a pretty decent strength. It actually went further down than I thought. We took the trade yesterday on the Gbpusd as well as a few other currencies. So far it's gone further down than I expected. So maybe we're gonna have a fall through towards a downside. So we're gonna see that when we're gonna have a look at the short time frame, see what is going on. So far as of the daily time frame is looking strong bearish side, but as of the trend is pointing upside on that. Okay, let's have a look at the 4-hour time frame, see what we have. The 4-hour time frames. Oh damn it! I think I didn't put that. Okay, so we missed that on the trade already. Yeah, the price spiked up to this level. That was a good entry level. I think we already missed that one. So we're gonna put the new possibilities on this one. Okay, so there's a good chance the price will come down at this level, this low down here, which is a decent amount of pips. Still, it's about 125. 125.20 is also a good chance the price will make its way down to this low. So the price came down and to this. So this is also a support level. We can see here around this level. So 125.53 around this level. So we have this cluster of price action. So we have the spikes and also the spikes. So they're decent enough for the support, and we can see that the price bounced. However, it's relatively weak, so it's coming down, and I do think that it's going to make its way down this low. However, unfortunately, we did miss out. There was a good entry on this one. I actually did miss out as well because I was not really. I forgot to put the. Oh no, I did put it, but because I had to restart my computer. Oh yeah, because I had to restart my computer, I put it on the Pepperstone IG4X account, the Pepperstone account. That's why I did not, and I have not ended up opening that. Oh, that's why I didn't miss it. Okay, never mind. Let's go to 1 hour time frame, see what we have on the 1 hourly. Okay, so the price came up at this resistance and have an aggressive reaction. Last hour candle, so when the price came up to this resistance level, it has pretty much straight away the aggressive reaction towards the downside. So that shows me quite a bit of weakness. I don't think actually it's going to create more opportunities as of today in this one, because we missed already this one, this potential for the trade. That was the level I was looking by. So it did this move now, so there'll be quite a bit of yeah, we missed that opportunity. The only thing would be if price decides to, what is that, 26? Oh no, that's too far away. 26.12. So the way I'm looking for the alternative potential for the entry. Okay, now it's coming up pretty aggressively. Let's see what we might be looking at. 26.12. I'm looking maybe the price wants to take out Maybe price wants to take out this spike high in here. That's why it's coming back up. It might be not enough, or it's too many orders for this one, too many stop losses around this level, and then maybe price wants to get rid of that orders before it continues to drop. About 26.12, about 26.15 area. The only exception will be I will be looking to maybe take this trade, but for now, the way it's coming out, I do not like it because it's coming up too aggressively. Depending how the price is going to get up to this level and potentially take out this spike high, then I will be looking to take the trade towards a short side. If it's going to take 2 candles to come up and take out this high, then I'll give it a try for the short side. But again, I can't measure the levels at the moment. We might come back for this one cable after this 1 hourly candle is closed, if I'm still here. So if I don't see any activity, then I will be probably leaving earlier than that. But I do see the potential on the cable, so I do want to see and wait for the close of this candle, and potentially depending how it's going to close, and if it comes up to this level, then I will be looking for the shorts. And the target is going to be, we already know the target, which is down at this level, so about 125.20 zone. So we're looking for down at this level. So that will be our potential target. This one more like a semi swing, to be honest. Yeah, it looks like the price wants to come up and take out these spikes. That's what I'm thinking. I do think the price wants to come up and take out that spikes. Let me put the trade alert. No, this one. No, I did. It doesn't let me to. No. Okay, it didn't let me to do that. Oh no, it's not. Okay, this is a free version, so it doesn't let me to do that. 26.15. Okay, so we're gonna wait if the price comes up and takes out this these highs there. Okay, I'm gonna come back to this Gbpusd, but I do see, as I mentioned, I do see the potential for this one to do that. Okay, let's get into the next USD Japanese yen. Yeah, pretty quiet today as the chart goes, so I might be signing out earlier than that. USD Japanese yen. Generally on Fridays, yeah, not many people like to trade on Fridays. I personally trade it, depending if I see the opportunities, I will trade if it's on the first half of the day. Then if it's later in the evening, and then I'm probably not gonna trade unless it's a swing trade, and it's a different story. But in terms of the day trade, okay, so we had this one did a pretty funny moves. So this is a weekly time frame, and we had last week we had this strong bullish candle, and followed by, for this week, it lost all the gains what it was gained for the last week and even more. So the price spiked down to this weekly low, tested it, and then now it bounced. So this is a quite funny move. I was actually expecting for this one to even continue higher, but we can see I did not really do that, and it's having a reaction on this weekly low. Just the question of where it's gonna head, probably up to 107.70. It looks like a very good resistance zone, 107.70. So roughly about 50 pips. So that's good enough to trade. But I do want to see a bit more strength coming in on this one towards upside. If I would trade towards upside, for the downside, in terms of the day trade, I might not do that, because I don't think it will do it today to make its way towards the downside. Yeah, I don't think we'll do that. The strength for now, it's the momentum is starting to pick towards upside, because we tested that weekly low, which means that a lot of traders took the orders down at that weekly low, and potentially has enough volume to push maybe higher. Just a question if it's going to do it today or not. That's a different story. I do like this move. Yeah, I do like this move towards upside. This looks decent, and maybe it will push a little bit higher. So that's why I do want to see a bit more strength coming in on this pair. Then I will be getting into the trade. But for now, I do want to see a bit more on this one. Maybe 1 hourly. If I see about 1 hourly nice candle closing strong bullish candle, then I will be getting on to the retracement towards upside, and the target is going to be about 107.70 zone. So we're going to target this daily highs. There's a cluster of price action, but for now this is on a waiting list. Again, it might, hopefully we'll do it maybe next hour or so. It will manage to push the price up if it has enough juice in it. I do like the 4 hourly candle, the way it looks like. So this last 4 hourly candle is closed pretty good, and we still got about an hour and 50 or 42 minutes before this 4 hourly candle is closed. So we're gonna see what it's gonna do. So it might take a couple of hours this trade to work out if the price wants to go higher. So I can't really measure the levels on this one, but this is on the waiting list. On the waiting list, see what we're gonna do. And it looks like it's a return to this daily trend line, which has been broken. But its price does like to come back to the trend lines and retest it. So this is what it's doing right now. So we have this daily trend line, this one here. So this one here, and it's came up to the tested. I don't think it's going to create much of a problem, to be honest. 107.60 to 70. Okay, so this is on the waiting list again. So we're gonna see USD. Now let's jump into the Usdcad. See what we have. Okay, so USDcad. Again, yesterday we had this nice move towards upside because of we had the slight positive news out on the US dollar side, and also the dollar index has pushed higher. Just there, I don't think it's going to go too far up. We're going to see still dollar is still looking weak for now, so we're going to see if it's going to start to gain a momentum towards upside, and also the if the dollar index follows and strengthens, then we're going to be sort of switching aside to more of a buy side than the sell side. So we're going to be buying a dollar. In this case, it does looking still weak. Let's go to weekly. I don't have a look at the weekly time frames. Okay, 36. Price came up to these highs in here. So this is a weekly high. So the price tested it, which means it might, yeah, it does looking pretty. The momentum is towards downside, so I do think it might continue. Okay, let's see. It's got a 4 hour time frame. Okay, I'm more like towards the long side on this one actually, in terms of the short term for now, because we had this crazy move towards upside on 4 hour time frames, looking very solid bullish candles, and now this one is just look like a pullback for now. Just the concern of the because we are on that weekly resistance zone. Just a matter of if the price is going to push it or not. Let's see where the price might be going. Let's go to the 1 hour time frame. Okay. Yeah, when the 1 hour time frame is pushing down. Yeah, this one is also on a waiting. See what is going to happen. If the price continues to fall, maybe come down 35. Yeah, if the price comes down about 35.65, 35.70 zone down at this level and closes strong bearish candle like we are seeing at the moment, For now, we still got 40 minutes before this candle is closed. So for now, we are seeing a very strong bearish move. So it depends how far this candle is going to get to this in 1 hour. So it depends also how the candle is going to close, and then I will reassess and establish how we're going to approach the trade. Either we're going to wait for a bit more, maybe wait for the 4-hour candle to close, or there might be already potential to take the trade. So for now, it's on a waiting. So all 3 of them are on a waiting list. Unfortunately, we missed that GBPUSD trade, so there's nothing we can do. So this one is also on waiting, and the other ones on the waiting. Okay, but GBPUSD is coming back up, so this is on an interesting verge. Obviously, the GBPUSD and the Usdcad, they have a negative correlation. So if we're gonna, for instance, buy that one, we're not gonna be, so we're not gonna take both trades at the same time. So either gonna be taking that one or the other one, because they do have a negative correlation, but they do move. They move similarly together, but in opposite directions, if that makes sense. So if we're going to trade the cable, we're not going to be trading Usdcad or the other way around. So it depends what the price is going to do. So we're going to see that. Assad, hello Assad. Morning. So Assad is asking Aussie USD. Okay, let's have a look at the Aussie USD. Okay, let's have a look at the Aussie USD. Probably going to be a similar picture. Aussie USD. Similar to the GBPUSD. This one looks a bit stronger. Let's see on the daily time frame. Yeah, quite a similar picture than for the cable. Okay. Let's go to 4-hour time frame. Oh, it's putting the nice strong candles. Okay, let me have a look at the GBPUSD again. Yeah, I know. GBPUSD. The same actually on the daily time frame. Yeah, it's a similar-ish pattern. But the Aussie USD is pushing higher, much more aggressively than British pounds USD. Okay, so maybe the cable is going to follow this one actually towards upside. We're going to see that. Yes, so far we have the trend which is up. Obviously, we can see on the daily time frame. Trend is upside. We have seen this one, but then we had we did this range in here. Followed by indecision candle and followed by yesterday's bearish candle, and now this one is kind of creeping higher. So it just like what the price is. It's a bit unclear what the price wants to do in terms of the day trades. Yes, 16,900. Maybe I would 16,905. 6,900. Let me see. Let's go to 4-hour time frame. The price approached this support resistance level on the 4-hour time frame. Let's go to 1-hour time frame. See what we have on that one. I do like 60 and 72. On these trades, I see the opportunity, maybe a short-term trade towards upside. However, because we are in this kind of sort of a trend dilemma, because the daily time frame shows difference, and it doesn't really shows the hand where it wants to go. So we have trend upside, but then it did some weird moves. We chopped around, and then we had yesterday nice bearish candle, and now it's coming up. On the daily time frame, it looks like it's could be just a small pullback before it continues towards downside. So it's a bit of a unclear. So in this case, I want to put sort of a safety barrier, what I call it. What I mean by that is this 4-hourly, it came up to this 4-hourly resistance level in here. So we have these 4-hourly lows up here, which act as a resistance. So I do want to wait for this 4-hourly candle to close, and if it closes bullish like this one, and we have about 1.5 hours before this 4-hourly candle is closed. And if it closes bullish, or maybe even pushes a little bit higher and closes strong bullish candle, then on a retracement I would buy it, but only up until to 6900. So it's only 20 pips away, which makes it a bit more complicated. So if the price already makes its way up to that 6900, then price already did the move, and it has plenty of time to do that. So unlikely this trade is going to work out, but I can't take the trade because it needs that safety barrier to be more to have that more confirmation the price has enough volume to push for another 20 pips. So it might not worth the squeeze to take this trade. So we're gonna see it. Looks like the price is trying to push higher. So yeah. So first of all, the 4-hourly close, I do want to see that without getting into that 6900 zone. So if the price does that, that's a big if, and after that the price has to retrace down at where is this level? Down at this 68, yeah, about 68.72. That will be our trigger for the entry. 68.72, and the target is about 6900. So we're looking for about 28 pip gain, 25 to 28 pip gain. And for the stop loss, actually I need to see the stop loss first before I if it's gonna work out for the risk reward or not. So 62, 15 pips. Yeah, I would say this is not the ideal trade. Yeah, it doesn't look particularly good because this one requires about 20 pips stop loss, and if we give it a 20 pip stop loss, then that means that we're going to compromise our risk rewards quite a bit. It's going to be less than 1 to 2, which I do not take trades. Yeah, 1 to 2. Anything less than 1 to 2, I won't take the trade. So simple as that. So it's quite a bit of yeah, it's not that good. Maybe give it. Yeah, I wouldn't trade this one yet. So it's with the risk reward doesn't really work out. So I would leave this one alone for now. Yeah, it doesn't really looking good because I can't really hold or give it give the price to ride it even higher, because we have this decent resistance level up to here. So we got this daily highs in here, and the price most likely gonna stop at that. If it's gonna manage to come up this far, it's probably gonna stop at that level and maybe start chopping around up until because we are on Friday, and yeah, price likes to mess around and stay that way. And if you're gonna take the trade, especially if you're only looking for about 28 pips again, and we're gonna have 15 or 20 pips stop loss, it's just not worth taking the trade. So this is, unless something changes on that one, then it's a different thing. But for now, that's what I see, and I don't particularly like it. There could be, when the price does some other things, maybe if it comes down further, maybe down, I don't know, down at this level 68.50, then I'll be switching to the short. But for now, it does looking pretty strong. The momentum is looking for the strong towards upside, at least for the short term. So yeah, this is limits the taking the trade. So let's see what it's gonna do. But for now, I can't really mention the levels because for the risk reward it doesn't work out. And if we don't have a risk reward, then we don't take the trade. As simple as that. I'd rather miss out the trade rather than take the trade, which I know I should have not taken. So yeah, leave this one out for now. So I'd say thanks. Yeah, no problem, Assad. Anytime. So we do. So I analyze. Oh, news. Let's have a look at the news. Yeah, guys. If you got any more questions or any currency you want me to have a look at this, just leave it in the chat box. I will be coming back to it in a bit. Okay. In terms of Friday, we don't. I know we do. We do have at 3 p.m. So we have 3 p.m. Prime consumer sentiment. So I do think it's going to create. Oh no, that's a survey consumers. Okay. Yeah, this one's gonna. I do think it's gonna create some sort of volatility on this one. So keep that in mind. At 3 p.m. So this is UK time. All of them are UK time. So 3 p.m. at UK time, we're gonna have that. That news out on the consumer sentiment on that one, so it might create some volatility on that 3 p.m. Which is could be another reason. Maybe the currency pairs starts chopping around until that news is out, and then they might move after that and just stop. They keep in mind that it's Friday as well, so if the price is not doing much in the first half of the day, you might not do much after that. And if you're not willing to leave the trade over the weekends, then you might want to leave the trade out completely, so not take the trade. So we're gonna see. Generally, I trade up until 4 p.m. Fridays could be a bit earlier than that. So if I don't see potential opportunities, maybe until 3 or 2, I might not bother to even take the trade. So Fridays it can be, unless it's a swing trade, and if there is a significant volatility, then I will take it. But for now, I don't see anything crazy happening today, because we don't really have much of it. Big news such as like non-farm payrolls or anything like that. So we're gonna see. So this is only sort of a significant news out today at 3 p.m. Other than that, we are clear for the day. Okay, let's close that one. Oh yeah, today we also have a Friday confessions. So we have a Friday. We do a Friday confessions every Friday now. I started 2 weeks ago. So if let's say anything if the trade you took, so it's about trading confessions. So if there's a trade maybe you take that you should have not taken, or anything you've done that you should have. You knew you should have not done it, or you acted on your emotions, then we're going to mention it in here. So I think that's also a good way to hold you accountable, because at the end of the Friday, you know that you should mention it on the Friday confession, so that will you might think twice before taking this trade. So when you're in that emotional sort of state, when you're looking at the trade and like, oh, I'm going to take it, but it's not quite doing what I wanted to do, but I do want to take it because maybe FOMO kicked in, fear of missing out, or you just want the excitement, then you think twice that, okay, if I take this trade and it's not gonna go completely, not gonna work out, then and I know I should have not taken that trade, then I have to mention it on the Friday confession. So I think that's a good thing to hold you accountable. Thomas, hello Thomas, hi Jordan, Emily, thanks for all this response yesterday, so awesome. Yeah, who else took the trade with me yesterday? I called out, I believe it was 3 trades, and actually all of them worked out. Funny enough, I wouldn't expect generally when I call the 3 or 4 trades, whatever that is, I don't expect all of them to work out, but surprisingly yesterday all 3 of them worked out. And so that was Aussie Swiss franc, British pound USD, and I think it was Euro against Aussie, if I'm not mistaken. And before the live stream, I missed out on the USD Japanese yen, which actually holds into the 4, so I got the 4 currency right. Generally does not happen, it's obviously 1 or 2 which doesn't work out, but yeah, yesterday we had a pretty good trading day. I took Aussie Swiss franc and cable, so British pounds USD, and both work out pretty well by the end of the half of the day. yesterday it worked out both, so that was good. So that's good. Yeah, generally when it gets, actually I checked it this morning. I knew that 2 trades which I've taken, it worked out, but I didn't know if the USD and Japanese yen worked out as well as the Euro against Aussie, because I have not taken that trades. And I was Thomas said, sorry, I'm late. Joined. No worries, Thomas. Yeah, British pounds USD is done, but I have not mentioned any levels, so for now it's sort of we are waiting, see what's gonna happen. Maybe after that 1 hour candle is closed, I'm gonna have a look at it again after about 23 minutes and see how the price is gonna perform and see what it's gonna do. So all 3 of them I mentioned is on the one on the title. All 3 of them on a waiting game, so we're gonna see what it's gonna do. So no levels on that one yet, so you're not really missing much because they're not really doing much yet. So we're gonna have a look at it in 23 minutes or 22 minutes now, and depends how the candle is closed. Maybe we're gonna get the opportunity to trade on that, but so far we're gonna wait. What I was saying earlier. Yeah, so I checked this morning that the Aussie against Euro and the USD Japanese yen, they both hit the targets, or the targets I had in mind. I just end up missing that trades, and obviously I had 2 trades which I've taken, Aussie Swiss franc as well as the British pounds USD, so it's end up 4 trades. I got it right, but then I had that feeling that sort of how you call it, it's like, I would say it's like an ego in a way, because you got it right, so you feel that elevation that yeah, I was right on that trade. But that's the thing when it comes to the you cannot be elevated when, even if you got the right or whatever that happens. If you got it doesn't matter if you got the trades right at the end. It doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. It comes back to the if you're gonna make money or not, because just because you're wrong, it doesn't mean that you're not gonna make money. So when it comes to the trading, and the good thing is that's where it comes to this self-awareness. I talked quite a bit on my videos. The self-awareness is one of the key things if you want to succeed in the forex market. Without that, you can't really, because you're going to give into the emotions, and if you give into the emotions on the forex market, that's not going to end up very well. So when I checked this morning and look at this, like, I get back sort of pride, I don't know what you call, maybe ego, sort of that I got that, oh, I was right on that 4 trades, even though I only missed out 2 trades and I got the 2 trades, but I had that sort of elevation on that one, and I immediately spotted that. And you have to center yourself back to you can't let your emotions to even if it's the positive in this case, but if you have to bring it to center and stay sort of neutral. So you can't get too excited and you can't get too down, because if you get too excited for the trades, the one it works out, then you're gonna be despondent when it's not gonna work out. So you have to be always sort of in the center, that you're not gonna get excited and you're not gonna get despondent to that losing trades. Because yeah, as I said, if you're gonna get too excited and too happy that, oh, I made, even if I would have taken that 4 trades and the 4 of them would have worked out and I'll get really happy about it, then when I'm gonna go, I know that when I'm gonna go to that maybe a few losing trades, then I'm gonna get very despondent to that losing trade. So that's why you have to always keep it in the center. Okay, I made this whatever 2-3 trades, it works out fine, but it does not really matter in the next 100 trades. So you have to keep your emotions always in check. If it's a good or bad, always have to be center, always neutral. Very important. And yeah, that's where the self-awareness and mindfulness comes in, that you have to spot that emotions when they start to sort of creep in, whether it's positive or negative. Very important. So yeah, I wanted to share that one. In terms of the confession, I don't have any confessions other than sort of what I just mentioned. I did not really done something that I know I should have not done. So yeah, pretty good in terms of the confessions. So guys, if you got any confessions, that's a good time to mention. That will be good for your accountability, because yeah, as I mentioned, it will hold yourself accountable. on that. And yeah, keep your sort of a diary or something where you write things down. It's very important. Keep the track of your trades. That's another thing, especially when you're starting up. I still keep track of my trades, the trades I take. You can also download the apps, or you can keep it on your Excel spreadsheets, whatever, or you can write in your journal the every trades you take, why you have taken the trades, where you put the stop loss, where you put the targets, how the price sort of moved around, and the reason why you have taken the trades. And when you take the trades and you should have not taken, write that one down as well, and then you can review that trades. Very good. It will help you to track your progress. Very important. Thomas says, thank you, George and Emily. Yeah, you're welcome, Thomas. No problem. Okay, so I checked a few currencies. I'm gonna pre-select one currency, and if you got any other questions or any currency pairs you want me to have a look at it, just call them, put them in the chat. Okay, which ones we're gonna have a look at? So we have already 4 currencies. The one British pounds, USD, Usdjpy, and Usdcad, and was USD as asked earlier. Okay, which one we have a look? Which one we want to have a look? Which one? Should we have a look? Let's have a look at the euro against Aussie and see. Let's see what this one is doing. Let's go to daily. Okay, price pushed higher yesterday, higher than I thought. Yeah, okay, as I thought, I think I did mention that yesterday. The potential there's going to be the price will be making its way up to this resistance level, which we had. So that was the strong support level, and after the price has broken that support level, it become the resistance. So it's a very good. There's a lot of price action going on. So the price came up and tested this resistance level, as I did mention it, but I ended up missing out on that trades. I think it happens during when I was on live, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, so I tested that resistance. So we'll look at the weekly time frame, see if any support to resistance. Let's see a monthly on that. Okay. Price is stuck there now. Maybe it wants to break it. Let's go to shorter time frame, see what we have on the 4 hourly and 1 hourly time frame. Okay, on the 4 hourly time frame, we see that the price is having obviously a reaction on that resistance level, because it's a very strong resistance level. It's so much price action on that level, and now it's having this reaction towards downside. So the price tested it. No. Yeah, this is gonna be on the waiting list as well. Could be a potential for the short one on this one. Could be, just could be. It depends. Let's go to 1 hourly. Let me see. Depends on the 1 hourly. Okay. There will be potential retracements. 65, no. It's too far. Let's go back to 4 hour time frame. Okay, now I do see the potential on this one, but it has to come down quite a bit before I trade this one, because in terms of the stop losses, it does not really works out. So yeah, this is this is gonna be on the observation. I don't think, probably we're not gonna trade this one today. Depends how it's gonna go. Yeah, it has to come down quite a bit before I decide to trade this one towards the short side. So far it's doing pretty good so far. Maybe in the next couple of hours, if it sets up, then I will be trading towards the short side, depending how it's going to go in the next hour or two, or maybe next couple of hours. So this is on the waiting. So yeah, no levels on this one, unfortunately. Okay, so we did Euro, Aussie. You guys, please don't forget to smash the like on this video. It's very, very important. It means a lot to me. I do all this free content. Just one thing I would ask is to smash the like on this video. It really helps my channel to grow. So I do appreciate if you do hit the like on this video. Okay, so we're gonna let's go to Gbpusd. See what it's doing. Oh, 2605. You already hit the target I had in mind. Was it 2600? I believe it was 2600. Yeah. So it came up and hit the potential for the target. Okay, now it's okay. So the trade I mentioned potential for the. No, I'm not on this one. It has to take out this. Yeah, I'm interested in what the price is going to do after it takes out these highs in here. Let's see. So this spike highs looks like it's going to take out in any second. Yeah, any second now. Let's go to 1 hour time frame. $16. He went to the 16. So maybe it has taken out. Okay, no, it hasn't taken out this spike. Spike, yes. So we're gonna see what's up. So I said, my confession is I messed up on Usdcad last week, and yesterday morning I was minus 1100. Right. Okay. Thank you, Asad, for sharing that. I think it's good, important. Did you use stop losses, or it was like an emotional sort of trade on that one? The losing trades, it does not really matter. I do want to say that again. It's not a big deal in terms of. I know it's very difficult. It's emotionally difficult to deal with losing trades, especially if you're a new trader. Psychologically, it's difficult because we are pretty much from the very young age. We are domesticated for that. The losing is bad, so we view it as a threat. And when you go to that, especially on several losing trades, it does not feel good. And when I go to the losing trades, I do not like it. I would say, yeah, it's not like I'm free. Like, yeah, I had like 10 losing trades in a row. It's awesome. It's definitely not. It's not a pleasant feeling. But that's the thing we have to put up. That's the part of the job, so to speak, that we have to deal with that losing trades. And over the time, when you start in the trade more and more, then you're gonna have that thicker skin, and you will be not as despondent to that losing trades. And if you when you increase your self-awareness, if you start feeling that, okay, it's starting to affect my emotional state, and I'm starting to maybe getting angry towards the market, so whatever that is, then you know that you have to step out from your computer or laptop or whatever the platform you're using to trade. And then after when you're back to the normal state, then you can come back to the trading. Trading is not going away. I know a lot of people likes to trade on that one, but if you're going to take the couple of days off, there's nothing wrong with that. If you feel that you need that 2 or 3 days off, or even a week, or whatever that the amount you need to have a break, there's nothing wrong with taking some break until you have that. Go back to that stable emotional state and your mindset. Then yeah, There's nothing wrong with taking the time off. I'm glad I recovered last night. That's good. That's good, Assad. That's good. I'm happy for you. Yeah, so learn from the mistake and try not to make the same mistake again. So we have to learn from our mistakes. Yeah, mistakes are a good teacher if you can learn from it. So especially when it comes to trading, there's a lot of learning going on when it comes to trading, myself included. Even though after these years of me trading, I'm still learning. This is a never-ending cycle, and it's very enjoyable. I do love learning and reading and everything. So learning is so one of my passions. Right. Okay, my assistant giving me some ideas. Okay, so we'll call it. So she said how to share my experience on in terms of losing and how I overcame the losing trades. So I was actually thinking that's a very good question. I think experience is a big part because you start to develop on your mind, your trader mindset is starting to develop. So over the time, you're gonna get used to that losing trades. It depends how much you can handle it. What's your experience? How many trades? How many losing trades in a row can you handle it? So in my personal experience, the maximum amount of trades losing trades in a row I experienced is a 10. So I had 10 losing consecutive trades. So 10 losing trades in a row, and it doesn't feel like good. Trust me, I've done it 10 losing trades in a row. It doesn't mean necessarily that I had in one day. It could be, I think it was like a matter of a couple of days. I had 10 losing trades in a row. But when you I've experienced, I think twice, if I'm not mistaken, out of all that 3.5 years I've been trading, and yeah, it does not play that of a big difference. It feels different. It feels not pleasant when you're going through that losing phase. But when you see that after, let's say, 3 or 4 trades, you make, let's say you had 10 losing trades, and after like 2-3 trades of the winning trades, you will make up all the 10 losing trades. It does not then gives you that sense of like, okay, that losing trades is not a big deal. I think the first 10 losing trades I had, that was the beginning of my trading journey, so I did not definitely didn't like that. And later I had 10 losing trades. The second time it was when was it? About 8 months ago, I think, give or take, something like that. So it felt not as bad as, for instance, on the first time. But then over the time, I know that when I'm going to keep trading and follow my strategy, I know that I'm going to make that losing trades back in a matter of a couple of trades. And sometimes it could be just a one trade. If it's especially if it's a swing trade, then because my risk reward on that one is end up. Generally, my swing trades are very good, very high risk reward. So I know that in 1 or 2 trades, I will be making that 10 losses back. So just like I've got that in mind, that I know that I'm going to get it back. So, but it rarely happens. So it's only happened twice in 3.5 years. But it doesn't mean that it can't occur. Yeah. So it's depends how much you can handle it. Once you experience it, then you will be better. Time is the big thing to overcome with the losses, and learning is one of big things. Especially learn about psychology. Psychology is the biggest part. Read books about psychology and how your mind works and all that. It's very, very important. Assad says, okay, we covered it. No stop loss. It's my no stop loss, and it's my 3rd week in trading. Assad, I would definitely recommend to use these stop losses I know that for especially you are on the third week of trading, and it will be difficult for you to handle this, handle the losses. In terms of the psychologically, it would be very difficult to handle the losses. But trust me, over the long run, you will be better off using the stop losses because. Yeah, market is very unpredictable and can have moves that when you put the trade without the stop loss, if the market moves very aggressively against you and you're not in front of the computer, or there could be some news come out which is not even mentioned on the news calendar, and it might be like, I don't know, the Trump tweets something and it just goes against your direction for a lot, then you will be you will lose a lot of money if you're not using the stop losses. So that's why we need the stop losses. So over the long run is better off. Make sure losses now right entry time. Yes, but yeah, please make sure that you use the stop losses. Very, very important. And also, obviously, I don't know how much you risk per trade, but try to limit it. I would say limit it very aggressively in your case because you're just on the like couple of weeks of trading. So I would say try to limit your risk at the very max, like have it like a 1% risk per trade, because if you're gonna have it more than that, then try not to think about making money. I know it's difficult to do, and but you need to first learn and then think of make money after that. I know it's very difficult to do because I'll be there as well, so I know what I'm talking about. But first of all, concentrate more on that learning and limit your risk of the maximum of 1%, ideally less than that, because first you need to experience the different market conditions and get to know sort of how the price moves and get the eyes to get used to the markets. And yeah, 3 weeks is definitely not enough. Enough for that one. You can always gradually increase your risk once you start to get comfortable, but I would say it has to be a very slow process on that one. Yeah, I've seen I know that too many traders who has not used the stop losses at the end, it generally does not doesn't go well. Yeah. So that's the suggestion for me. Okay, let's go back to Gbpusd. So it's about 1 minute before this candle is wow. Okay, it's pushing pretty aggressively high. It's went to the 26.24. It's about to close. Okay, it looks pretty good. Good. Okay, let's reanalyze Gbpusd. $26.45. Oh, maybe it wants to go. Okay, maybe the price being sneaky. Maybe the price wants to come out and take out this this daily highs. Actually, maybe that's where it's heading. So it's about 26.45. Still a decent amount of pips. My only concern is the 4-hour candle is not closed, so it has 1 hour before this 4-hour candle is closed, and it can easily come down all the way down to maybe down at this level. And if you're gonna stuck in this trade, then it's not gonna be good. It's just a matter of, do I want to take the trade or not? So, 1 hour looking pretty good. Okay, let me think about it. Let me see what we have. Okay, so pushed up to these. $26.10. Okay. So I'm looking for if I can find a way around, maybe to use on a 1 hour time frame for that to get into the trade, or should I wait for the 4 hour candle to close? I still think that we should wait for the 4 hour candle to close. Let's like odds are sort of against the buy trade for now. So that's why I want to get as much confirmation that the price will continue upside then as much as I can. So in this case, yeah, waiting for the 4 hour candle to close. I do want to see that. So for the next potential target is at 26.45. So that will be the next potential target, which is that daily spike high. So maybe the price wants to come up and take out that daily spike highs. We also have this 4 hourly resistance level up to this, down to this low. So there's a good could be a good area to target it. Just we need that retracement on 2600. I'm gonna put the stop loss. $20 pips, 25 pips, 26, 24, 20 pips. We can go with the 20 pips stop loss. Again, for this one, I decided I do want to wait for the 4 hour candle to close, because I don't particularly trust this one yet. I know the 1 hour candle looks very strong towards upsides, but we can see like this sort of these moves. So this moves in here is pretty strong still towards the downside. So I do want to see and have that bit more confirmation that the price will continue up. Of course, that means that we might end up missing a trade. Then price might continue towards upside without any retracement. But I'm willing to take that risk. So if this 4 hour candle closes a strong bullish candle, similar to what we're seeing right now, I'm happy with that, and it doesn't have to push too far high. So again, if the price comes up to test these levels, then without retracing, then I will not be interested in this trade. But if it's going to hang out in here and sort of mess around a bit before closing a strong bullish candle, then I would be looking for a retracement, and the retracement is going to be down at this level to get onto the buy side, but only after this 4 hour candle is closed, nothing before that. And if it's going to close, if it's going to leave a long tail and it closes sort of a half body candle, then this trade is not valid. So the entry is going to be about 2600 zone, about 2600. So down at this level. So it's a decent support level for now. If this obviously this one closes, then that means the price has broken that level, and when it comes down, it becomes the support level. So the entry is at 2600, and the stop loss, we're gonna position our stop loss is down at the right about below this spike lows. So we'll be around about this level. So down at here, and if the price decides to come down, and probably gonna continue towards downside. So that means that I was wrong in this analysis. So 20 pips, and the target's going to be at 26.45. So we're looking for the 45 pip gain with a 20 pip stop loss. That gives us just over 1 to 2 risk reward, which is pretty good. Okay, I'm going to have the levels down on here on the chart. Okay. Yeah, just matter of time we're going to do. So as I said, if Usdcad closes below 35.70 strong bullish candle, will that be a pullback, or will it go down towards 35.20? Okay, I'm gonna have a look at the Usdcad in a minute. Just let me just write the Gbpusd levels. Now I'll do a stop loss. Yeah, that's good, Assad. Well done. That's good. Very good. Thanks for the advice, George. I'm I'm a retail manager by profession, and I watch your videos during my lunch breaks. Learned a lot from you. Thank you, Asad. I do appreciate it. It's very meaningful to say. Yeah, I do like it. Hopefully, yeah, that's good. That's I'm able to help people, so I do like that. Thank you, Asad. Okay, let me just write the Gbpusd, and I'm going to come back to the Usdcad. The Gbpusd, the type would be a buy. Type is buy, but only after that 4-hourly candle is closed, so nothing before that. Only after the close, and it has to close a strong bearish candle. Only after that this trade is valid. If not, then it's not. So entry was at 2600, 12600. Stop loss is 20 pips. Target is at, what was it, 2645. 2645. Okay. Well, let's have a look at the Usdcad. looks like it's not gonna have a retracement. Actually, I don't think it will have a retracement. The way it looks like it's pretty. The momentum is pretty strong, so I don't think it's gonna do it. I don't think it's gonna have a retracement. It's pretty close to that 2645 level. Okay, let's go look at the Usdcad. Let's see what we have on this one. Ooh, this one continuing. So he said if the closes below 35.70, okay, 35.70. What is it now? Oh, we'll pull that over. We'll continue down. Okay. No, 35.70. Not 20. Yeah, 35.70. 25. Okay, 35.70. 35.70. I would say this will be still pullback. 35.70 still is gonna be a pullback, because just by looking at this daily candle, it's very strong, just expanded candle with pretty much no tails on it. So until maybe, I would say if the price decides to come down maybe and cover more than half of this daily candle, then I would be looking for the short. Obviously, we have this on a daily time frame. We have this down, sort of a downtrend, but this is just putting everything into perspective. Like the bigger time frame is pointing down, but in terms of the day trades, it's a bit different. The price on the weekly time frames, in terms of the swing, in the weekly time frames, the price came up to this level. Actually, I did mention on my last week. It was last week. I was looking for this potential for the swings. The levels were up to here, but then I decided not to take the trade, and the price came up to these highs, and now it's having a reaction. So more there, I would be looking for down in terms of the swing, depending what it's going to do, and in terms of the day trade. In terms of the day trade is quite a on this one we'll be looking sell in terms of the day trade, and if it's going to continue to fall even further more, and depending on depends how it's going to close on the daily time frames. If we're going to position in terms of the long-term shorts, then I would want to see this daily candle to close below. That will be below. Let's see, maybe down at this one, 30. Maybe below down to 3100. If the price on the daily time frame closes below about on 3500, so which is about another 55 pips away. So if it closes somewhere down here, then definitely that will be not a pullback anymore, and we'll be switching to the short swings towards downside. However, for now, this is pullback on in terms of the daily time frames are concerned. And for the short term, I will be looking to sell it, but at some extent on. I'm trying to identify what could be the potential targets. I see this one down here at 35.30, but in terms of the pullback, I don't. In terms of the pullback, I don't see it yet happening, because I do want to see a bit more downside. Yeah, this one's gonna be a bit more on a waiting list. Maybe it's gonna work out in the next couple of hours. Maybe not. So it depends what's the price gonna do. Yeah, because I don't see any potential for the. I want to see a pullback, because it's gone also a bit far away. So I was thinking of this area in here up to this level, but the price already gone too far down. So if the price comes up at this level, it's going to leave this spike down here, which I don't want to see it. So that's going to gives me a bit of a caution to whether I want to take this trade or not. So again, this is on a waiting game. But yeah, in terms of your question, if I want to see if it's a pullback or not, I do want to see the close on a daily time frame about 130, 100. Then I will be looking for definitely more short trades. But 35.70, it's I want to say it's still the price wants to continue to fall down, because it's not enough. You just simply compare with the previous candle, because we have this strong bullish candle. Oops, let's go to the daily time frame. You just compare it towards this one, because yesterday's candle is very strong bullish, and it has to take halfway amount. So the price has to lose pretty much half of the candle what was gained yesterday. So it has to come down a bit further down. Then it means like, okay, the price, there's a good chance the price will continue to fall. So 35.70 is not enough. It's only like a quarter of the yesterday's candle. So yeah, I hope that answers the question. And that's okay. So we got about 15 minutes before the live stream ends. So if you got any more questions or any currencies, probably gonna have a time for maybe one or maximum two currencies to have a look at it. And depending on the question. Yeah, I don't think. Let's go back to Gbpusd. See what it's doing. Yeah, I don't think this one's gonna. Oh no, maybe there's hope still. How far it's got? 34. Okay, 10, about 11 pips to the target for our potential target. So it depends. Still has 45 minutes to come up to this 26.45. Obviously, if the price comes up and tests this one before having a pullback, then it will. This trade is not valid, because if it does that, then that means the trade already did move. So we're not going to be interested in this trade. However, if it's going to hang around this area, then maybe close it that way. Maybe there's going to be still hope that the price will have that retracement. The downside, and we might end up taking the trade. So just sit and wait how this 4-hourly candle is gonna close. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I don't really have a hope on this one that it will come down to that retracement moment before hitting that resistance level. So we're gonna see if I'm right or not. Okay, so let's. Oh yeah, the Discord channel is gonna be. I will be sharing a Discord channel tomorrow on the weekly analysis. So I'll be including the links on the weekly analysis. So you can I think you just need to copy and paste it, and obviously create the Discord channel account, which is pretty simple. So I'll be including that the Discord channel link in the description of the weekly Forex analysis tomorrow. And finally, we're gonna have the Discord channel, so it's gonna be like a chat sort of a chat group, so we can interact with each other, and also not just with me but also with the other members as well. You might find something, I think, because all the traders, they have something valuable to offer. Maybe it's going to be their mistake, they made some mistake and you're not sure about that, and you might learn from each other more based on because it's going to be probably a variety of traders. They have a different length of the experience in the as of my subscribers in here, so it's a different length, so you might learn something from the other traders when I'm not there, because I'm not going to be there 24/7 obviously, and I will be checking and replying to the messages as much as I can do, but obviously I can't be there all the time. But it will be more interactive than in live forex on a YouTube. Yeah, the YouTube stays the same, so nothing changes in terms of the live in here. I'm still going to be doing on YouTube. Live forex analysis is going to be in here, same time and same day. So nothing changes in terms of the YouTube, because I do want to grow this channel and reach more people, and yeah, save the new traders to for disruption. That was my main purpose why I started this this channel, to help new traders, and because there's too many scammers around. Yeah, too many. But yeah, this was gonna be in terms of the chart and more interactions while I'm not doing the live in here, because it's only 1.5 hours and we have the entire day. And then I will be also posting the trades I take. I will be mentioning in the Discord. Probably depends. It will be difficult to sometimes do write the trades, especially if I'm looking at when I'm filling up the ticket. But yesterday will be the best example, because I was looking at the USD Japanese yen just right about when it got to the levels, and I was filling up the ticket to get into the trade, and then decided to sort of blip down, and it never came back to the same level. Rajesh, hello Rajesh, bro, which software do you use to view charts and how to download it? The charts, this is a trading view. You don't need to download it. You just go to the tradingview.com, and they offer the free charts, or there's also the paid version. I have a free one. I don't trade off from this the trading view. I just use it as to demonstrate and describe the trades. But yeah, tradingview.com, so you can just go in on the website and just log in. You need to register. They have a free and the paid one as well. So paid one gives you more perks, but it's I don't really particularly need, to be honest. So it's a lot of things to offer with the free versions as well. But if you want to have that advanced technicals and all that, I think this one is limited to the three indicators, so you can't have more than 3 or 2 indicators on a free version, and if you want to have more than that, you have to pay. I don't know how much is it. I think it's a 50 USD per year or per month. I can't remember. But yeah, check it out. That's okay. Ouch. So it's good. Let's see. So we got about 10 minutes. Probably one more currency if you guys want me to have a look at it. This one. Yeah, this one is trying to go higher. It's edging higher. Yeah, looks like it's going to come up to the 45 level in. Please explain moving average in simple language. Okay, I'm not sure about simple language, but the moving average is, all the indicators are tracking the price. So the moving average is one of them, and there is a variety of moving average. You can have a number of moving average. So you have a simple and exponential moving average. Simple is, I think those Yeah. Okay, so simple moving averages, it doesn't move as aggressively as the exponential. So exponential moving average, they're tracking the price more aggressively, more sort of up to date, and the simple is not as aggressive as the exponential. I personally I do use the simple moving averages. I don't use the exponential moving average, but I use it different way than the most traders do. I don't trade off of them. I just look at them and see if there's anything going on with them. So you have generally you need to have a 21 moving average. There's a 50 moving average, 100, 200, and 500. It's very depends on trader to trader. So I'm not really giving you a simple explanation in here, but it's the complicated side of the trading. So what should I miss? So for instance, if you have a 50 moving average, that means when it goes there, just take it to the daily time frame. That is the the average of the last 50 daily candles, and it gives you that the average of that 50 candles. So that's how it tracks the price. Yeah, so I would say moving averages are pretty good, but in terms of the trading of the moving average, I used to do that, but I don't do it anymore, because what happens, and I know that's a new trader thing. They like to have as many indicators on the charts as they can, and it's actually backfires, because if you have too many, it's not going to serve well. They all tracking the price action, and a lot of traders, they complain that they are lagging. Of course, they are lagging because they are tracking the price action. They can't predict the move before the actually price does the move. So they're tracking what the price does, and it's going to be only after the price did the certain moves, and it's only after that it's going to reflect on the whatever indicator you are using. The general rule when it comes to the indicators is, let's say, if the price is trading above the 50 moving average, means that the price is bullish, and if it's trading below it, it means it's bearish. But it's just too simple too simplistic. So you have to always keep everything other other factors what's going on around the market. How do bank and big liquidity providers manipulate retail traders? Well, it's simple will be they have a lot more money than the retail traders, so they can move the price. So it's pretty simple on that one, because there's no way that average retail trader can compete with the banks and yeah, the liquidity providers, as well as the hedge funds and all that, because they have the very big cash flow. So if they put sort of trades, there's nothing compare where you put like £100 per trade per pip, or 1,000 per pip, because they have way more money than the average retail trader. So they can manipulate the price with their because they have a lot more money, so they can create the liquidity. The best thing you can do, you have to pick the right broker. The ideally will be no dealing desk broker, because yeah, you need to have the direct. You can trade. They can trade directly to the forex market, not through the dealing desk. Because if you got the dealing desk broker, then that means that the if you lose, so the broker has the they want you to lose pretty much, because if it's over there, if it's a dealing desk broker, that means they want you to lose, because that's how they're going to make profit. If it's non-dealing desk, then that means that they don't really care if you're going to lose or make money, because you are trading straight to the forex market. So make sure that you pick the non-dealing desk broker, because yeah, as I said, if it's a dealing desk, then that means that it wants you to lose, because that's how they make their profits. Yeah, that's pretty much. Let's see what it's doing. It's still staying there, maybe. Um, yeah, I get it. Do FX deal directly Forex markets? I'm not sure. I don't really know, to be honest. I have never traded the Octa FX with them, so I can't really comment on that one. You can check it. You can just Google it. You can find the information, or you can go to their website and check if they are dealing or non-dealing desk. Yeah, you can. They should say on their website, and if not, then you can just Google it, and then I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of information on each brokerage firm. They will have to sort of declare it, and yeah, and make sure that they are regulated. Depending what country, so if it's the UK, they have to be FCA regulated, Financial Conduct Authority. They have to be regulated. If they're not regulated, then yeah, definitely avoid the broker, because there are some dodgy ones who are from India. Can you tell me the best platform to trade Forex from India? Oh, yeah, I do not know. From India, I think India. You need to do the research on that one, because I definitely do not know, because I trade on the UK brokers. They may be allow it. Some UK brokers may allow it to trade from the UK brokers. It depends on the brokerage. But I'm sure there's going to be in India. There's going to be plenty of brokers you can sign up with them and trade from them. Just make sure that you're probably gonna have something which regulates the brokerage firms. Just do a simple bit of a research, and I'm sure you can find the just a simple Google search. You can find what brokers are more trustworthy, and maybe sign up with the major broker. Which I don't know which one is going to be in India, obviously, but if you do some Google research, I'm sure you're going to find plenty of answers on the Google. So just do a bit of research on that. Or you can also try the UK brokers if they are let you to sign up. I think some of them they do accept the people from all over the world, so it depends. Try the Pepperstone. They look pretty good. I think they do. They do allow it. I can be mistaken. I'll just write it down. Pepperstone. So that's Pepperstone. So that's not one of the UK broker. Yeah, again, I'm not sure if if you can sign up if you are a non-UK resident, but you might be able to. If not, then yeah, do the research on Google to find these of a major and most trusted India broker firm, and sign up with them, and start trading with a relatively small accounts, and then you can, when you gain more trust and then you see that they are legit, then you can put sort of more money into them. If you have that, you might be suspecting that maybe they are not what they say what they are. So yeah, Google is the answer. Google knows everything. Okay, guys. So it's been 1.5 hours. 1.5 hours now. So we're gonna be signing. Okay, it's still hovering at this level. So maybe there is a hope. It's still half an hour. Yeah, still half an hour. If see what the price gonna decide, and yeah, if it closes like this, that's pretty good sign, and probably what's gonna follow. Okay, guys, so we're gonna be signing out, and not to worry, we're gonna be here back to Monday this next week. So we have over the weekend. So on the weekends, the best thing you can do is to do back testing, more research. So yeah, the weekends is the best time to do your back testing and test your strategy. Back test, and review your trading journal. And if you don't have a trading journal, or the way where you write down your trades, then I would suggest to start doing that, because it will give you that track records of the trades, and when you look back in sort of a 6 months or a year time, then you know that you can see, like, okay, I've taken this trade, and I made this mistake and that mistake, and there's the ways I can fix that mistakes, because if you not write it down, then you cannot forget that trade. There's no way you're gonna remember every single trade you have taken. I did make this mistake that, oh, I can remember the trades, but no, it definitely can't remember the trades. Maybe real one or two, but you're definitely not gonna remember all of the trades you have taken. So make sure to do that. So the weekend is the best time to do that, because the markets are closed. Okay, guys, so we're gonna be signing out, and Rajesh, thank you for again educating me. No worries, right, Rajesh? So hopefully we're gonna see you next week, guys. So we're gonna be back on Monday, 8 a.m. UK time, as we always do. And again, Discord channel is gonna be out tomorrow on the weekly Forex. I'll be writing in the description, so make sure to check that one out. Yeah, I think I mentioned all the things. Yeah, so I think all done. Yeah, big thank you to my lovely assistant and girlfriend. She's sitting on the left hand side behind the scenes. She's working behind the scenes. And yeah, guys, have a great weekend. And yeah, if you haven't smashed the like, please smash that like. It really means a lot to me, and it helps my channel to grow. So yeah, make sure to smash the like, and if you're new to this channel, hit the subscribe. I do upload a lot of content on YouTube, so you're gonna find a lot of good content on this channel. So make sure to subscribe, and yeah, have a great weekend, guys, and I will see you next week on Monday. Bye bye for now.